Hi there, and welcome to today's class. For this chemistry class, we're looking at the concept of chemical reaction, equation, and calculation. So let's look at this concept one after the other. For this concept here, we have chemical reaction, we have chemical equation, and we have calculation based on chemical reaction, or perhaps equation if you want to. So let's start with definition. First is first, what's a chemical equation? By definition, a chemical equation is simply the symbolic representation of a chemical reaction. So I'm saying that a chemical equation, by definition, is simply the symbolic representation of a chemical reaction. That's how you define a chemical equation. How do you define chemical reaction? So the first things first. First things first there was chemical equation. I said this is simply the symbolic representation of a chemical reaction. Next up, let's define chemical reaction itself. All right, let's discuss about chemical reaction. By definition, a chemical reaction are changes which transform element to compound or compound to new compounds. When it comes to chemical reaction, it's either you're combining an element and another element to form a new compound, or you are combining an element and a compound to form several compounds, or perhaps you are combining a compound and another compound to give you a several higher compounds. That's basically the concept behind a chemical reaction. These are changes which transform element to compound or compound to new compound. That's how you define chemical reaction. Please note, the substance that undergo the chemical reaction, are called the reactant. The substance that undergo the chemical reaction are called the reactant, while the new substance form are called the product. Usually for a chemical reaction, copy this down please. Usually for a chemical reaction, I have this one here. So when it comes to chemical reaction, what pattern does it follows? Here's the idea. Whatever you are seeing on, perhaps, let me call it on the right hand side, perhaps, let me call it right hand side. Whatever you are seeing, whatever equation or formula or compound or element you are seeing on the right hand side is referred to as reactant. So in English language, this man is not reactant. It is read in two ways. I can call this reactant or reactants. Undergoing chemical reaction to give you product or several products. So here's the idea and the concept. Whatever is placed here are called reactant. Whatever is got at this part is covered there is called the product. I'll give an example of a chemical reaction, and then you see how it is being placed. So that's first things first. So note that for a chemical reaction, I have this formula here given on the board. At this junction here, let's look at some concept. Now, here's the idea. How do you possibly spot out when a chemical reaction is taking place? You're in a lab and you're asked to do something in a lab. No problem. During the process of you combining several what have you together, and what are the signs to watch out for to detect if a chemical reaction is being taking place? What do you look out for? Perhaps, how do you spot out if a chemical reaction is taking place in a particular compound or element? What do you do? Let's look at the concept of some virtual changes that may occur during a chemical reaction. So, please. Some visual changes that may occur during a chemical reaction. What are these changes that if these changes occur, it means that a chemical reaction has been taking place? Number one there. Number one is called formation of precipitate. Formation of precipitate. Precipitate in brackets PPT. All right. Number one there is called the formation of precipitate. Precipitate in short form is called PPT. If I may ask you, what is a precipitate? Here's the idea. A precipitate is simply an insoluble solid in a liquid. That's all. I'm saying a precipitate is simply an insoluble solid in a liquid, right? A white insoluble substance in a liquid is called what there? A precipitate. So if you're in a lab and are trying to combine several what have you together, and you observe that precipitate is formed, perhaps you'll be seeing a white insoluble solid, right, in that liquid. In that case, there it means what? A chemical reaction has been taking place. So it means that substance or perhaps other chemical liquids are undergo a chemical reaction. Number one is called formation of precipitate. Number two is called the change in temperature. Perhaps number two, let's look at evolution of gas first. Evolution of gas. The gas. All right. Evolution of a gas. This one here is second concept to detect if a chemical reaction has taken place. Perhaps evolution of what? A gas. When we say evolution of a gas, it means if I combine, perhaps there's some cases whereby you combine, in fact, there are some cases whereby if you combine both acid and base, it depends on the way you pour it. If you're trying to pour base into acid, there's tendency that um, it will splash. And then while it splash, you will see there will be a gas that comes out through that process. Yes. That gas that is coming out there shows that what? A chemical reaction has taken place. Aside that, there are a lot of examples, right? So if a task whereby you combine an element and another element together, you put them together, and then a gas evolutes. It means what there? A chemical reaction has been taking place in that um, practical. So this is second concept to detect if chemical reaction has been taking place. Number three is called the change in temperature. Perhaps a change in temperature. All right. Number three is called a change in temperature. Number four, perhaps there I have a change in color. All right. If I have a change in temperature, we all know what that means. There are some substances that when you combine it, when they are in a neutral form, they are cold. But after putting them together, it becomes so hot that even your hand can't hold it again anymore. Right? So you have to just leave it because it means that what? A chemical reaction has taken place. Finally, I have a change in color, like your titration, orange to blue, what have you concept. That shows that what? A chemical reaction has been taking place. After this concept here, let's look at a very important concept called type of chemical reaction. Types of um, chemical reaction. All right. There are several types of chemical reaction. We'll look at them one after the other. Aside that, I will show you how to identify each reaction. If you say reaction, how do you spot out this one here is this reaction, this one here is this, and this is this? I will show you how to spot out each reaction as we proceed in the study of type of reaction. Now, when it comes to types of reaction, the first thing to note there, number one, there is called the combination reaction. Number one is called combination reaction. All right, definition. A combination reaction, a combination reaction, these are reaction in which two or more substances combine to form a larger compound. I said these are reaction in which two or more substances combine to form a larger compound. Now, listen and listen. When it comes to combination, you're having two or more compounds. They are combined to give you what a larger compound. That's all. So here's the idea. If you're having two things combined to give you a bigger one, you're having two smaller elements, perhaps an element compound or compound compound. These two combine to give you a bigger compound. It means what that kind of expression becomes what a chemical reaction, a combination reaction concept. For combination reaction, how do you spot out a combination reaction? It's easy. Your task is that you'll be having smaller ones combined to give what a bigger one. I said these are reactions in which two or more substances combine to form what a larger compound. In that case, that becomes what a combination reaction. Example, if I have in the formation of water, example, if I have H2 combining with O2 to give you H2O, H2O. This is an example of a combination reaction. Why? I have smaller ones. Observe, smaller ones combined to give you what a bigger one there. Now, your first task is just to say, is this equation balanced? Check. I'm having H2O2, H2O. This is formation of water, no problem. Is man balanced? This is H2, H2 here, H2 here. Hydrogen is balanced. Check for oxygen here. O2, this is O1 here. So in this case here, oxygen is not balanced here. We need to balance it. And I said in the last classes, I'll leave a link to balancing of chemical equation in this video description. Right? Go and check down, watch that video. It explains the process of balancing chemical equation. Now I'm saying this, please, for teaching sake, when it comes to balancing equation, what we need there is what? The whole number coefficient. That's all. Now, you are balancing chemical equation using what just only whole number coefficient. Please, subscripts are not used. You don't use fraction while balancing equation. Look up, please. Now, listen. Oxygen is 2 here. I can technically come here and add, oxygen is 1 here. I can make this one 1. How? By putting half here. So we know that half of 2 is 1. So oxygen is balanced. Oxygen is 1 here technically. Is 1 here technically. But why this is correct at your level is not permitted. Why this man is correct here at your level there is not permitted. So as a guy in chemistry, it will be permitted. So I'm saying this for your level. Use whole number coefficient. Just whole number. You don't use subscript. Now, I can't come here because oxygen is O2 here, and here there's no 2. I'm not coming and attach 2. Although this is called hydrogen peroxide, it exists, but yet this is not the proper way of balancing. You don't add subscript. Here is 2, put 2 here. No. You only add what there? A whole number coefficient. That's all. Now I'm saying this, please. If oxygen is 2 here, to make here 2, I have to come, I'll put 2 here. This becomes 1 times 2. That gives you 2 oxygen now. But observe this 2 has distorted the hydrogen. From here now, in the product, so now look up this. In the product side, this is called product side. This is called reactant side. Yeah. So in the product side here, observe that oxygen is down 4 times 2, 4. Here is just 2. So I have to put what? A 2 here. In this case now, this becomes what a balanced chemical equation. This is an example of a combination reaction. How do you spot out combination? It's easy. you will have two smaller ones or two or more smaller ones combined to give you what there to give you a bigger compound, as you can see on the board. Next task, please. Let's look at the next concept there. So let me give another example. For instance, example two, right? If I have CaO2 combining with CO2 to give you CaCO3. So I have this one here. First, if I'm to ask you, is this equation balanced? Yes or no? Help me check this. Check. Take your time. Is this man balanced? Check this. Is this man balanced? Calcium is 1, 1, no problem. Oxygen is 2 here. Sorry, oxygen is 2, 2. That's 4 oxygen here. 3 oxygen here. Oxygen has problem. Carbon is 1 here. Carbon is 1, no problem. So the issue here is what? Oxygen has an issue here. Oxygen is 4 here. Oxygen is 3 here. What is the issue? Now listen. Your very first task, check very well. This compound here is not correct. CaO2 is not correct. Why? Please go back to the class why I taught how to correctly write a compound. If you check this one here, this one here, you are having Ca calcium combined with what there? Oxygen O2 minus. This is 2 plus. We said they are opposite charges, they can attract, they can combine. This gives you Ca, this 2 comes here, then you have O2. So this will cancel this. So it means this gives you CaO. So the normal form, this is wrong. So it is meant to be what there? CaO. That's all. Sometimes they'll give you wrong equation. Check it and use this concept we learned last class in our first class, how to consider that a compound. They are of opposite charges, plus minus, they can combine. This 2 comes here, this 2 here goes to oxygen here. If they are the same base, they'll cancel out. That gives you this. So it's not meant to be this, but what there? This one here. All right, plus CO2 to give you CaCO3. This man here, let's check if it's balanced. Calcium is 1. Yes. Calcium is 1. Calcium is 1 here. Oxygen is 3 here. Oxygen is 3 here. Carbon is 1. Carbon is 1. This is a balanced equation. This one here is simply another example of a combination reaction. You are having smaller ones combined to give you a bigger one. This is how to spot out a combination reaction. The second type of reaction that we have is called the decomposition reaction. Number 2. Let's look at number 2 called the decomposition reaction. Hello, future engineers. I need to make a very important announcement. Please stop messaging me on WhatsApp for homework assignment. My phone is currently crashed because I have over 10,000 students messaging me every single day. It's impossible for me to reply everyone and still have time to teach. So here is the new rule. I have officially launched the engineering support membership. If you want me to answer your question or solve your calculation, you must click the join button below. The join button below for just 600 naira a month, which is less than the price of a meat pie. You will get a special green badge next to your name. Here is my promise. When I scroll through a comment, I look at the green badge first. If you are a member, I stop everything and answer you immediately. My WhatsApp is closed for free help. If you message me there, you will get an auto reply sending you back here. The membership is one of the guaranteed ways to get my attention. Click join right now and get your badge. And let's succeed together academically. Let's look at decomposition reaction. Number 2 is called decomposition reaction. All right. Let's discuss the idea behind the second type of reaction known as what? The decomposition reaction. Definition. These are reactions in which a compound breaks into its component element. Once again, I said these are reactions in which a compound breaks into its component element. Example, the reverse. This one first. This gives you 2H2O to give you breaks into component elements. It breaks. This one is bigger. It does not break into component elements. That gives you 2H2 plus O2. This man here is a typical example of a decomposition reaction. For a decomposition reaction, you have a bigger one breaking down into two or more smaller ones. For combination reaction, you have two or more smaller ones combined to give what there to give you a bigger one. This is how to separate them. How do you spot out a combination? It's easy. Smaller ones combined to give you bigger one. How do you spot out the composition? It's easy. A bigger one breaking down, disintegrating or breaking down into its component element. As you can see, breaks down into several stuff there. This is how you identify a decomposition reaction. Another example here, if I have 2 KCl O3 combine moving on, undergo a chemical reaction, magnesium O2 is the stuff here. Heat here, I have heat here. This gives you 2 KCl plus 3O2. I have this place. This one here is also what? An example of what? A decomposition reaction. Why? I have a bigger compound breaking down into what there? Two or more smaller ones. As you can see. This is how to spot out a decomposition reaction. I said for a composition reaction, if you're having two smaller ones, add up to give you what there? A bigger one. For decomposition, or you call it disintegration, yes, also called disintegration, please. For this one here, you have a bigger one breaking down to what there? Two or more smaller ones. This is how you spot out a decomposition reaction. Number 3. The third type of reaction is called displacement reaction. Displacement reaction. The third type is called displacement reaction. By definition, these are reactions in which the element in the compound displays another element in another compound. These are reactions in which the element in the compound displays another element in another compound. First up, they are usually redox equation on the board, please. Redox. They are usually redox equation from the idea of oxidation and reduction, right? So they are usually what the redox equation. Now, how do you spot out a displacement reaction? How do you know? Let me show you. Example under this one here. Example of this one here. If I have zinc combining with Cu, copper, tetrasulfate to give you Cu plus zinc sulfate 6. So I have this one here. This one here is an example of a displacement reaction. How do you know? Now listen. We said these are reactions in which the element in another compound displaces or perhaps change position Observe this, please. Observe that zinc was standing alone and copper was attached to SO4. In the product side, you haven't what there. Now, it's no longer zinc. It's now copper standing alone now. Zinc now replaces copper. Zinc displaces copper here, as you can see. When they swap position, it's set to be what there, a displacement. Just check. The equation, everything will be the same thing. The same thing. But observe that copper was attached to SO4 here. But now, copper displaces SO4 to give you zinc here, as you can see. This is an example of a decomposition, or you call it a disintegration reaction. All right. This is simply the third type of reaction that we have. The fourth type is called the metathesis reaction. Number four, metathesis reaction.
Before we continue this lesson, I want to share something that will make your learning experience even better. I now have exclusive channel memberships designed to help you learn faster, get direct support, and access premium content you won't find in my regular videos. The first level is the support membership. If you enjoy my lessons and want to support the channel while getting special perks, this is for you. It's a simple way to show appreciation and help me continue creating high-quality educational content. The second level is the WAC and JAM classes membership. If you're preparing for WAC or JAM, this membership gives you structured lessons, practice questions, exam strategies, and step-by-step guidance to boost your performance. The third level is the 100-level students membership. This is perfect for secondary school students who want organized, easy-to-understand lessons in physics, chemistry, mathematics, and other subjects. And finally, we have the YouTube Mastery membership. If you want to learn how to grow on YouTube, how to create content, edit videos, design thumbnails, and monetize your channel, this membership will guide you from beginner to creator. Whatever stage you are in, there's a membership designed to help you learn smarter, improve faster, and stay ahead. To join, simply click the membership link in the video description. Choose the level that matches your goals and start enjoying all the exclusive benefits.
The fourth type of reaction that we have is called the metathesis reaction. All right. The fourth type, number four is called the metathesis reaction. This is reaction. All right. Definition. What is a metathesis reaction? These are reactions that occupies between two compounds. These are reactions that occur between two compounds in aqueous solution in which the positive and negative ion appear to change pattern to form two new compounds with no change in oxidation number. This is how you define a metathesis reaction. Now, here's the focus here. When it comes to metathesis reaction, there are two types. So, let's look at the type of metathesis reaction. Types of metathesis reaction. Number one is called the acid-base neutralization reaction. Number one is called the acid-base, in bracket, neutralization reaction. This is the first type of metathesis reaction. It's called the acid-base neutralization reaction. Definition, please. Definition here. Definition. When it comes to metathesis, there are two types. The first one is called the acid-base neutralization reaction. Let us find this, please. Neutralization reaction is a reaction where an acid combined with a base to give you salt and water. Acid-base neutralization reaction is simply a reaction where an acid combine with base to give you salt and water. Example, say HCl, hydrochloric acid, combine with NaOH to give you sodium chloride, NaCl, plus water, H2O. Now, how do you spot out a acid-base reaction? It's easy. You have an acid combining with base to give you salt and water. That's all. So in exam, the issue there is that most of you don't know acid. Some people don't know that HCl is acid. It's called hydrochloric acid. Some people don't know. So go online now. Go online. Right? Perhaps ChatGPT on Google. Ask them. List out acid for me. It will give you acid. Even you will see HCl there, acid. Tell them to list out base for you. It will give you. Salt give you, and water. No, water is just H2O. That one is constant. But tell it to give you acid, base, and salt. Different forms to which they come. Learn them, know it. So that when you see it, you know that this one is what? Acid. I'm seeing base. I'm seeing salt and water. This one here is under what? An acid base reaction. You should know. This is how you spot out this one here. How good now? This is how you spot out an acid base interaction reaction. So you have an acid combining with base to give you salt and water. Second type under metathesis is called the precipitation reaction. Precipitation reaction. All right. For this one here, definition. This is a kind of reaction where a precipitate is being formed. That's all. This is the kind of reaction where a precipitate is being formed. This is the kind of reaction where a precipitate is being formed. This is the kind of reaction where precipitate is being formed. Now, this is the hardest part here, which is called the precipitation reaction. It's not easy to spot out precipitation. Do you know why? You can never tell from the equation. You can only tell from the question. They'll tell you, given a equation below, where or perhaps given an equation below, during the process, a white insoluble solid was formed. And I told you that precipitation, PVT, is simply what a white insoluble solid in a liquid. And in the question, they said the equation below, during the process of the chemical reaction, a white insoluble solid was formed. And the equation is given below as this. The idea is this, please. You can't tell from the equation. You can only tell from what the given question attached to it. They'll give you an hint. A white insoluble solid, you'll be hearing something like that. Or perhaps soluble solid in a liquid. That tells you what is a what? The precipitation reaction. I have simply shown you how to identify. Number one there is called the combination reaction. For combination, you have two smaller ones giving you a bigger one. Number two is called the composition reaction. For the composition reaction, you have what there? A bigger one breaking down or disintegrating into what there? Two smaller ones. Number three, we have what there? We have the displacement reaction, where an element displaces something else in another element, as zinc displaces copper in this case. Number four, we have what there? The metathesis reaction. In exam, they can give you this reaction here and tell you this reaction is under what type of reaction. Option one, metathesis reaction. Option two, acid base reaction. Which will you pick? Please pick acid base reaction. Yes, acid base is under metathesis, but yet there are two types of metathesis: acid base and what there, and precipitation reaction. So always pick out for your the main one, because you're having acid, base, and salt. That's not metathesis. Is what the we know it's under metathesis, but yet it is what acid-base reaction. This is concept behind type of chemical reaction. In the next class, look at the concept behind chemical calculation based on chemical equation. Next class, we'll do calculation based on chemical equation. If you found this class helpful, you want to like this video, share to your friends and classmates, leave a comment to this video, and share this video to those that they need this video. All right, see you guys in our next class, and welcome to Excellent Link Academy.
Hold on, before you continue this lesson, I need to tell you something important. If you've been struggling with studying, losing motivation, or you feel like you're working hard, but your results aren't showing, this is for you. I recently released a powerful book titled The Shortcut to Academic Success. It is a simple, practical guide that shows you exactly how to study smarter, stay focused, remember more, and achieve outstanding results without stress. This book is not theory. It's a step-by-step roadmap I created after years of teaching students and understanding what truly works. Inside, you'll discover proven study techniques, exam strategies, productivity hacks, memory boosters, and secrets top students use every day. Whether you are in secondary school, university, or preparing for any exam, this book will transform the way you learn and help you reach your academic goals faster. And the best part? It costs only 2,000 Nigerian nairas, less than the price of a snack, but the value inside can change your entire academic journey. If you truly want to upgrade your grades and finally take control of your learning, don't wait. Get your copy of The Shortcut to Academic Success today. Your future self will thank you. Before we continue, let me quickly share something that can change your entire online journey. I just launched a complete YouTube mastery course, a step-by-step training designed to help beginners start and grow a successful YouTube channel using only their smartphone. In this course, I break everything down in simple, practical lessons. No expensive camera, no studio, no complicated equipment, just your phone and the right knowledge. You will learn how to create quality videos, design engaging thumbnails, write perfect titles, choose the right niche, understand the YouTube algorithm, and grow your channel from zero, even if you've never created a video before. If you want to become an online teacher like me, this course will guide you on how to teach online, record lessons, explain concepts clearly, and attract the right audience. And if you want to create content in any other field, lifestyle, motivation, entertainment, business, this course will still show you the exact steps to succeed. All the lessons are pre-recorded, well-organized, and easy to follow. You can watch them at your own pace, anytime, anywhere. So, if you've been dreaming of starting a YouTube channel but didn't know how to begin, this is your opportunity. This course will take you from beginner to confident creator. The link to get the YouTube Mastery course is right there in the video description. Click it and start your YouTube journey today. Before we continue with this lesson, I'm excited to announce that I just launched my official website, a complete learning platform designed to help you study smarter, learn faster, and access high-quality educational resources anytime you need them. On the website, you'll find several well-structured courses created to guide you step by step through the most important topics. First, we have Organic Chemistry for Beginners, a simple, beginner-friendly course that breaks down organic chemistry into easy explanations anyone can understand. Next, there are WAC and JAM classes, specially designed to help you pass your exams with confidence using clear lessons, solve questions, and exam strategies. We also have the Physics tutorial for Year 1 students, covering foundational concepts you must master in your first year of higher education. And for anyone who wants to grow online, there is a complete course on how to start, grow, and earn on YouTube using only your smartphone. This course gives you everything you need to begin your YouTube journey without expensive equipment. There is also a book section on the website where you can get all my educational books, including The Shortcut to Academic Success. My website is now your one-stop platform for science tutorials, exam preparation, YouTube training, and learning resources that can transform your academic and digital journey. To explore all the courses and get your copy of the books, simply click the website link in the video description.